this episode of Star Hopping, we'll look at the Hercules and Pegasus regions and show you how to find these beautiful solar system targets. Comet Johnson, Comet Tuttle-Giacobini-Kresak, and Comet Lovejoy. All right, let's go star hopping. Hey, hello, hi, and welcome to episode 55 of Star Hopping. I'm Dave Hearn, and I'm just thrilled to be your host. In this series of programs, we'll show you the most beautiful sights in the night sky and explain exactly how to find them with your binoculars or your telescope. So over the past few months, we've had several new arrivals into our area of the solar system in the form of fairly bright comets tracking inward toward the sun. The current high-performing comet is known as C2015 V2 Johnson. The second, which is a little past its prime viewing, Comet 41P Tuttle-Giacobini-Kresak. And third in the morning skies is newly discovered Comet C27E4 Lovejoy. So you may be wondering about this somewhat complicated naming convention for comets. Let's take a look at the specific naming elements of Comet Johnson. It's been given the designation of C/2015 V2, where the C means a single appearance comet. The 2015 is the year it was discovered. The V2 is a little bit more complex. The letter and number indicates the half month of the discovery, and a number indicating the order of discovery. So V2 means that this is the second comet discovered in the first half of November of that year. And Johnson is a little more obvious. That's the last name of the comet's discoverer, J.A. Johnson of the Catalina Sky Survey. So let's take a quick break and we'll learn more about Comet Johnson right after this. Star Hopping would like to thank our wonderful supporters on Patreon. Your contributions will allow us to create and provide more quality astronomy content. We appreciate your generosity and support.
Star Hopping target number 1.
Comet Johnson is now approximately magnitude 7.5, which puts it just a bit fainter than naked eye brightness, but it should be easily viewed through binoculars. Comet Johnson's been sporting a small tail over the past couple of weeks in amateur astronomers' astrophoto images. The comet is expected to reach perihelion, or closest approach to the sun, in June of this year. It'll steadily brighten up to that point, and it's expected to reach a maximum brightness of magnitude 6, which is barely naked eye in a dark sky. After its perihelion, it'll quickly track south and it'll become an object for southern hemisphere observers. The comet currently lies to the upper left of the keystone of Hercules, about 12 degrees to the upper left of the famous Great Globular Cluster in Hercules, M13. So these star hopping steps will locate the comet for you on April 27th, 2017. Let's start on the top left star of the keystone of Hercules, Eta Hercules. This third magnitude double star just happens to lie about 2.5 degrees to the upper left of M13, so check it out before you get started on this comet hunt. From Eta, move about 3 degrees to the upper left to find fourth magnitude Sigma Hercules. Now move 5 degrees in the same direction, the upper left, to fourth magnitude Tau Hercules. Now move 2.5 degrees to the upper right to fourth magnitude Phi Hercules. Next, move about 2 degrees nearly straight up and you'll see the glow of Comet Johnson coming into your wide field eyepiece. So let's check out our next solar system interloper right after this message. Would you like to see the scripts, images, and star charts that I present in each episode of Star Hopping in written form? Well, you can. They're available in our Field Notes digital guides that we produce for each and every episode of Star Hopping. Field Notes guides are available right back to episode 1 of Star Hopping, and you can put them on your phone or tablet to take with you out to your favorite observing site. Our Field Notes are available in our digital store individually in seasonal bundles or by subscription, where you can receive these useful digital guides in your inbox, sent to you the same day as when we publish each new episode of Star Hopping. Check out our selection of field notes in our digital bookstore by visiting starhopping.org/digital store.
Star hopping target number 2.
Also located nearby in the constellation of Hercules is Comet 41P Tuttle-Giacobini-Kresak. This comet was first discovered in 1858 by Horace Parnell Tuttle of the Harvard College Observatory in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It was then rediscovered by Michel Giacobini in 1907 and Lubor Kresak in 1951. The comet had 2 close encounters with Jupiter that have altered its orbit slightly. The comet's closest approach to Earth in 2017 was on April 1st, just a little while ago, and it was the closest encounter for over a century. Comet 41P will be well placed in the evening skies in the northern hemisphere from the beginning of the year through July. So here's an image I took of the comet back on March 17th. At that time it had no tail at all and appeared green in the subframes of this image, which was a 2-hour integrated exposure. The comet now lies in the lower part of Hercules and shines at a magnitude brightness of about 7.5, similar to that of Comet Johnson. To locate 41P, we'll be starting from the lower left-hand star in the keystone of Hercules, 3rd magnitude Pi Hercules. From Pi, move 3/4 of a degree to the lower left to 4th magnitude Rho Hercules. Now move 6 degrees to the lower left to 3rd magnitude Theta Hercules. Now make a hairpin turn and move 2.5 degrees to the upper left to 5th magnitude F Hercules. And lastly, move about 3 degrees to the left and slightly downward to find the hazy fuzzball that's Comet 41P Tuttle-Giacobini-Kresak. For our next target, you'll need to set your alarm and wake up about an hour before the sun. We'll check out our last solar system visitor right after this.
Star hopping target number 3.
Comet C2017 Lovejoy was discovered by Australian amateur Terry Lovejoy. This is the 6th comet that bears his name. His most significant discovery to date was most likely his 3rd comet, C2011 W3, that reached naked eye brightness in December of 2011. But this comet has about the same brightness as the last 2 that we've discussed, glowing at 7th magnitude. This one may be really difficult at this time though, because the sky will have begun to brighten from the sun's proximity to the horizon, lying only about 25 degrees away. Interestingly enough, it's also positioned about 5 degrees to the left of the famous triangulum galaxy M33. At 6 a.m. on the morning of April 28th, the comet will lie only about 8 degrees above the eastern horizon, so you'll need a clear view of the low eastern sky. Start out by locating bright Almach in Andromeda. Scan about 7 degrees to the right with your binoculars or telescope and look for a faint hazy star. This will be Comet Lovejoy. So it's a rare situation that we have 3 reasonably bright comets in the sky at once. Earlier this year we also had periodic comet 2P Encke and 45P Honda Merkos Pagesikova, so comet hunters have been very busy. So we started off with the 2 evening comets currently located in Hercules. First we saw Comet Johnson, currently at magnitude 7.5. Then we located Comet Tuttle-Giacobini-Kresak, also glowing at magnitude 75, but in the lower part of the constellation of Hercules. Then we tried the challenge object, Comet Lovejoy, found in the morning pre-dawn glow in the constellation of Triangulum. So that does it for this week's episode. You can find the show notes on our website at starhopping.org/sh055, where you can comment and leave any questions that you may have. You can also contact me personally on Twitter at StarHoppingMan, where I'd love to help you with any astronomy or observing questions. So feel free to reach out with your questions. I'm here to help. Well, thank you much for joining me here, and I'll see you next time with more star hopping tips and tricks. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Star Hopping. I publish new episodes every other week on Thursdays. Make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking on the logo down there in the right-hand corner so you don't miss a single episode. And for some more Star Hopping content, visit my website at starhopping.org. You can click on this icon right here to visit. See you next time on Star Hopping.